Good morning, Linda. Let me see, this is on Facebook. Okay. Later. Trying to see where we're streaming. There we are. Good morning, good morning. Okay, let's get this party started. Morning, Andrea.
So you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. You should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day. Isn't so come on, let's play. Forget the rush, you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Keep back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
What's everybody doing? Let's do the heart brain this morning. Focusing on your breath, slowing down your mind, slowing down everything for just a moment. Breathe in love and breathe out love. Just accept, align, allow. Let your heart go to compassion. Let it go to joy. Let it go to love. And just be with that. Take a moment to just be. As you breathe in joy, maybe you hear the laughter in the background. There's lots of joy that's been going on here, this retreat. Hopefully, there's joy where you are in your heart and surrounding you. Breathe in peace. The peace that you find is inside. It's not on the outside. But when it's on the inside and you breathe it out and you show that in your life, you're being that ambassador that's needed to bring more peace into the world. So breathing in compassion, love, joy, and peace. Just love on yourself. Show yourself the love that you want to receive. And just breathe. Going into that state of coherence in your brain means you're healing yourself. You're allowing all those cells in your body to wake up, to start repairing anything that's not working quite right. Breathe in love again and breathe out love. And then come to the present. Oh my gosh, Jean, it's going to be such a beautiful day. You're so right. It's Thankful Thursday. I'm thankful for the sun that's shining, even though it was shining right in my eyes. That's okay. I'm all right with that because it's there and it's beautiful and it's brilliant. See Auntie Jean back there behind me, being very quiet in the background. And I'm just so thrilled that she's been here this whole time and that she's been instrumental in getting this retreat going and being the way that it is. Jean, thank you for all you've done.
So much fun. And so lifting up.
Yeah, I'm hoping that you all are hearing us over the kitchen noise.
Yeah.
It's very loud in there every morning. So yeah, it's been a beautiful, beautiful time together. And we're going to stay in the now, stay in the present, because we have another whole day together. So it's time to just really take in this beauty now with the sun shining through the leaves, with all the joy that we've experienced so far, taking that out again on a field trip into the area. I have the beautiful Christine sitting beside of me. Good morning, Christine.
Morning, lady. It's gonna be a nice, beautiful day for a nice visit.
It sure is. And Suzanne's also thankful for the sun. She said it rained here since Sunday. Yeah, it was rainy yesterday
Yeah.
and it's been cold, but I hear it's going to warm up. It's, well, right now it's 50 degrees, so it's still a little on the chilly side, but I think it's supposed to warm up. Blue, if you're still on there, maybe you can help us. I think it's supposed to get up to 70 maybe today.
Blue, you're supposed to be here at 9:45.
Yep, we're waiting for our Blue to get here.
Yeah.
Because Auntie Jean needs a little bit of encouragement to talk about the elementals. And we know our expert is our Blue that lives here. None of us are really true experts, but there are some that have more experience than others. We're all learning. That's the thing about life. It's a learning process.
Yeah.
So as we go through each day and we have those experiences, that's what helps us to learn more and to be able to share what we've learned with others. So it's everything we do, every moment that we have, just feeling into what does that look like for me? What does that look like when I go through a fire of life? When I experience something like a beautiful sunrise that's coming up through the trees right now, or a sunset like the one that I took pictures of last night and shared. It was really, really beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So every experience that we have, it adds to our joy. It adds to that overall teaching that we have inside of us, because there's nothing new. You know, years ago, I heard there's nothing new under the sun. Jean, did you hear that statement too?
Yes.
There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
And really what that means, there's nothing new inside of us. We have everything in our DNA, all of our life experiences, everything we've ever done is inside of us. We're just remembering certain things, and Spirit helps us to bring that out. It helps us to remember who we are, who we truly are, and what matters. You know, what is it that's really important? It's not the little arguments we have It's not the differences of opinion. We chose to come here as a unique individual in a human body, but we're all connected. So if we lose that thought that I'm unique, I am in certain ways, but I'm also a part of the whole. So I'm connected to everyone, everywhere, everywhere. And we've been doing a lot of talk this week about the quantum field and what that looks like and how that fits in to being connected with each other. I'm going to ask Christine to draw our Kuan Yin card this morning. The top one? Okay. Christine drew this card for us from Kuan Yin this morning. Thank you, Christine.
Yeah.
Good fortune granted. Who needs to hear that this morning, Jean? Me too. Good morning, Miss Grace Isis. Just in time for the Kuan Yin card, which is, I think, for you.
Is it really for me?
I think it's really for you. Good morning. Good fortune granted.
Oh my goodness.
I take it for you.
Just as there are physical seasons upon the earth, the soul too goes through its seasons. Spring in the soul heralds a time of birth, new ideas, new inspirations, new energy to take action, new life, new connections, and new gifts abound. New life and good fortune are headed your way. Gracie, did you hear that? Can I read it again? She said, we can't get too much of that message, can we? Yes, I think this has just raised the vibration a lot. And Kathy, get in here because this is for you too. It's the Kuan Yin card.
I'm gonna be
I need to be here. And it's good fortune granted. She says, oh yeah. Just as there are physical seasons upon the earth, the soul too goes through its seasons. Spring in the soul heralds a time of birth, new ideas, new inspirations, new energy to take action, new life, new connections, and new gifts abound. New life and good fortune are headed your way. Is that a yay? Yay!
Even on a Thursday.
Thursday.
It's not Friday yet, but we're gonna yay to this one. Oh my goodness. Anybody else want to take that card? If you want to take that as your card, take it as your card because it's for all of us. We have Ricky and Josie, guys.
Hi, Ricky.
Good morning. Oh, so glad that you're with us this morning. Wish that you were here with us this morning. And Suzanne's going to claim that message for her. Yay, Suzanne. Oh my gosh, I wish you were here.
Yes, I'm there for you.
And Linda Lemieux, I'll take me some of that.
Yes, Linda.
Yes, Linda, don't get to see the season change this year. I know we really enjoyed it last year when we went up to Maine together with Stacy. But I want to let you know that it's peak here in the Deerfield Valley of Vermont. And what do you all think of the color and the peak of the fall change?
Up here, it is rather remarkable because there's so many different types of trees all together. Like Maryland has their trees, you know, and the colors are only starting to show in Maryland. Up here, everything is at full blast. But the differences that I see going through, like when we're driving to different places, like yesterday we were yoga on the retreat, and you see the backgrounds. You can see beautiful pine trees that I don't think they must be more native to up here north, because I don't see these kind of pine trees in Maryland. And the way they stick out, deep green among all the yellows and reds and golds, and it's just absolutely incredible to see.
And
And birch trees. No, I haven't seen so many birch trees, and I love birch trees.
that's so perceptive, Kathy, because the pine was sticking out, like the needle, the holes were sticking out. It was like somebody with a brush, like just a brush.
Mhm.
A
It
giant
looks like a
brush
painting.
strokes. Yeah.
It looked like a painting in the
Comes
background.
out, yeah.
And I wanted to ask Jim, at the retreat, were you able to see that Bennington thing?
Oh, the monument.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
I have a picture of Bennington Monument in the background, didn't even know it.
Oh.
Through my-
Oh, really?
Hi there.
Yes.
Blue took his father.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
See, that's something I can't wait to show Bob. It's just, he would love to go in that and.
There's an elevator in it.
Yeah,
She
Jim
was
said
telling
you can
us.
go to the top of it.
Yeah,
And that's something that I'd like Bob to see.
yeah, absolutely. I think you and Bob are gonna be coming up here
Eventually, I mean,
eventually. Yeah.
we're warm weather folks, so maybe in the summer.
But then he wouldn't see the color of the leaves.
That's true too.
Yeah, those mountains right now are really popping.
They really
Yeah.
are.
Yeah,
It is a sight to see. It really is.
I think me and Bookie and partners this week, and me and Bookie took nice photos of the freeway forest. And me and Blue and Jim, we took a little hike.
Awesome. It's a great place to hike. There are so many trails up here. But I want to ask Jim,
Jim's on the spot today.
spotlight.
Oh,
So Jim, you live in this area, well, Pennsylvania and here. And do you ever get tired of seeing this? Is it always new for you every season?
Well, it is always a little different. But no, you don't get tired of it. I think I remember I told you the story of when I was a teenager. Met a person from Europe traveling. He was on a walkabout for months. And he was in another place in the country told, you've got to go to New England and see the foliage. I picked him up hitchhiking and was asking him, wow, where of all the places you've traveled, what's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? And we're driving the same drive we took yesterday, just like yesterday, peak foliage, and he's just looking around, hardly listening to me, saying, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I was a 17-year-old boy and I was so depressed. I'm like, what? But, you know, it dawned on me, wow, where I live is like the most beautiful place this well-traveled person had ever seen. And I didn't get over it.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think it's one of the most beautiful places on earth.
Yeah.
When we were driving yesterday, it took us, about 20-25 minutes to drive to get where we're going. And just every time we would turn and look at those mountains, what did you all think of that? Every time a mountain range opened up,
Yeah.
and the colors were popping.
And it is a little different every year.
Yeah.
It's a little, something's a little different.
Yeah, I'm so glad that it decided to be full color while we're here. We weren't real sure with us coming in the first week of October if we were going to get that, but sure enough, look at what we're surrounded by. And I know many of you have seen, oh my gosh, Kathy's pictures. Kathy, you posted some amazing pictures.
The ones that I just posted today was from the retreat, so they're really good. They still have some flowers blooming around the pond, and I made sure to get up close and personal with those flowers. Yeah. I was in my glory, just snap, snap, snap.
Yeah, me and my too.
Yeah,
Uh,
Christine took a lot of pictures as well.
You did. Blue says we all have favorite trees that we visit each year in the forest.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll be back to see those birch. It's all mine.
I went home away and free yesterday day and never gets in the text messages to me. I hugged the tree.
You hugged a tree yesterday. I almost got to hug a tree yesterday. I was getting ready to, but the angels had a different plan, and it became quite a miracle for us there at the Yogananda retreat. Last year, when Blue took me to the Yogananda place here in Vermont, the door was open. I was able to just walk right in. And so I was anticipating that to happen again this year. So we're doing a walking meditation. How was the walking meditation?
Good.
Anybody enjoy that?
Yeah.
I'm not, I mean, of course, I guess I was meditating, but I was just taking it in and just,
That's meditating.
I just felt like I was transported to a different time almost, but it wasn't like, I was just so happy to be among those trees.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I have a little video, I didn't post that, and I don't know if I will or not, because I'm talking in it too, which is kind of, I don't like my voice, but I just don't, but, I was trying to, did you guys, when you walked around the pond, did you hear like a spring going under? It's like a brook, it was like a little waterfall. And I was trying to see it, and at one point I could see it, and then I couldn't find it again, so I was just, I had it so that at least you could hear it. And I was so disappointed that I couldn't find the actual runoff, because I wanted to see if I could get a close look at the water running out onto the other side of like the field.
Yeah.
But I wanted that, and I think I took another video too. Oh, well.
Yeah. So
I'm
we
sure I'll post those.
so we did a walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing and talk to whoever you wanted to talk to, yourself, things.
Mhm.
that-
Yeah. Make that connection. The trees were listening, and I had gone toward a grove of trees that I was connecting with. And I had my hand on two trees that were a fairy gate. And I thought, okay, I'm going to go into this grove and just experience it. And they wouldn't let me go in. I'm going, why can't I go in through this fairy gate? And then I heard some talking behind me. And it was our Grace Isis. Gracie, do you want to tell the story?
Oh,
This is a great story.
well, can you hear
You
me?
can come over here.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's
dun.
go.
And I wore this for Blue Jean and for Auntie Jean. Here we go. Anyway, so I was standing there and I was watching Teri go through to those trees that were lined up there, kind of figuring out, all right, where am I being called, or where am I being led to? And so here I am, all of a sudden, this man comes walking up. And he's in a bit of a rush. And I'm like, what? And he says, excuse me. I'm like, what did we do this time? And he comes, says, are you from New York? And I say, yes. And he takes my hand. And next thing I know, he's on his knee. You're from New York. Oh my goodness. And look at all of you. You're like little soldiers all over the place. And I said, what are you doing? You don't have to go on your knees. You know, why don't you get up? And he got up and I said, your knees, your pants are wet. And it was so amazing. I got proposed to.
Bowing down to the queen.
It's amazing because he just came and he just couldn't believe it. Like, from New York. I'm like, yes. And then Teri rode to the rescue. So Teri comes, and so we were talking with him, and he just was in awe that the fact that they were little, you know, like little soldiers moving around. And I said what we were there to do, but he ended up being a very sensitive and a very gentle, beautiful soul. So
Yes, he was. Thank you, Gracie. He was actually the caretaker of the place. And he asked, why we were there. And I said, well, we're doing a meditation right now, just walking out on the grounds. And we're hoping to go inside and sit in that big open room that I sat in last year when I was here. And he goes, oh, the place is under construction. All the doors are locked. And I just sank, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life, was sitting with Yogananda last year inside that space. And I think he saw my face and he's like, okay, let me think for a minute. And it was about a minute. And then he goes, I think I'm doing the right thing. And I said, yes, you are. And I don't know why I said that. I just said, yes, you are. And he goes, okay, I'm going to unlock the room for you. And I'm like, oh, yay. Thank you. I was really very appreciative of that, because I had shared with everybody my experience last year, and I wanted them to have their own beautiful experience with Yogananda. So he took us up to the house, and I saw the room that I sat in last year. And then he took us through the house and into the chapel, which is where we ended up having our meditation inside with Yogananda. So would anyone like to share about your meditation time inside the house?
It's nice and beautiful. And I saw a lot of ocean with colors. I saw the sun. I see the gold, the pinks. See?
You were
And-
seeing all that. You saw all that while you were in the chapel?
Yeah,
That is pretty cool.
It's beautiful.
The chapel was, you know, the energy as soon as you entered. There was honor being done, not just to Yogananda.
I think you have to come closer to the mic. I'm sorry, there's a lot of noise behind you.
And she's very quiet.
Never thought of myself as quiet.
You really are.
No, the chapel was full of energy, and you could tell as soon as you entered it, you could feel this glorious energy. And it wasn't just a chapel in honor to Yogananda, although it mainly was, but all of the past masters were there. They had pictures, and you could feel their energy too. So it's hard to explain when you're in that kind of a energy field, how it moves you. It moves you in your heart. And even if you can't say anything, because Teri's always so sweet and asks us to, tell us our experiences. But some of us, we get such a deep movement from it, we can't really express ourselves. So I felt so grateful that it was there, so grateful that we had the masters. And I felt like I needed to give them honor, and I tried to do it as best as I could. And I came away much richer from it than I had entered. So I wish you all could have been here. It was wonderful. And the temple itself, or the room, is just beautiful. Just beautiful. So, that's
Thank you, Jean. And, normally Auntie Jean does share experiences when we have one and when we've gone through something very special like that. And she didn't speak. And I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? And then as she walked up to honor the masters, because there's photos of some of the gurus, and especially the ones that affected Yogananda. And I saw her face, and I saw the awe, and I saw how she was really touched by that experience of being there. And she looked at me and she goes, this is very emotional. And I said, yeah, it is. very emotional to be in that energy and to allow it to affect you, to allow it to really come into your heart. And that's when we have the deepest experiences, when we're just open to it and we don't try to think about anything other than just being in the now moment and just sitting there with that energy. So I just love that we had that experience together yesterday, being in the presence of the masters and just sitting with each other in reverence and going into that meditation. All right, well, once again, the time has flown. It's time for the prayers because we got another day of the retreat to get to. So if you have any prayer requests, then please just go ahead and type it in. And Blue says, Grace Isis, I ask that all the wonderful energy that was in my coffee you made me yesterday with love would be there again today. It is. Does that mean that our Blue is here? I don't know. I hope so. Yeah, I didn't see her drive up yet, but Blue is going to be part of the presentation this morning about elementals, of course. So anyway, let's get on with the prayers. If you do have some to add, I had one. I had a message yesterday with a prayer request. Let me just pull that up. So I want us all to lift this person. Of course, my phone is not going to cooperate. Why would it, right? Or maybe I can find it on here. It was on Messenger. Okay, so Carol Skills, who I met in Florida, has been following the morning show. And she said, I need prayer warriors. My sister had a stroke yesterday. This would have been day before yesterday. Her name is Jeanette. She may have had a brain aneurysm. They've done an MRI, so we're waiting on results. So I assured Carol that we will place her sister Jeanette in our prayers. Oh, okay, so Blue will not be here today. Okay. Yeah, I know there's been a lot of stuff going on with time and with days and not knowing what day it is. So I'm sorry you're not going to make that, Blue, but we will carry on without you and she'll be here for the field trip. Okay, awesome. All right. Good morning, Oksana. Okay, so can we go into our hearts for just a moment before we end the show this morning and just give some love, give some gratitude to our Creator, gratitude to Christ, the Divine Mother, to all of divinity, gratitude to our angels. This is Thankful Thursday. So anyone that you can give gratitude to, anything, any place, just share that gratitude today. Let's hold it in our heart right now and be grateful for all those prayer requests that we have, that long list of your loved ones that we lift up every day. And just hold that thought that love heals. Love is the energy that heals. And the more we love, the more healing takes place. So breathe in love at this moment. The love that you receive from the divine, the love that you have for each other. There is only love. So hold that thought and send that energy over every prayer request, whether it's spoken or unspoken. Send that love to each person in your home where you live. And maybe you live alone. Give extra love to yourself. And then spread that love out into your community, down your street, to your neighbors, spreading it out even further to the state you live in. And then bring it to your country or your nation where you live. See it spreading, see that energy moving as it goes from place to place. And now let's see it going into the water. We've learned so much about water this week. The more love we pour into it, the more it connects throughout the world. So loving into the water and letting that connect all of the continents together. Just see this beautiful energy of love flowing everywhere in our world. And then see it going beyond our world. Just see it going into the entire galaxy, spreading love, spreading light, and on into infinity. It's amazing how what we do, what we say, how we love, makes such a difference in the world that we are around, that we are in. So spread that love to everyone, far and wide, as much as you can. And right now, we're going to spread that love to each other. And how do we do that? Well, it was a question, but thank you, Charlie. We do that with something called the heart telephone. So now we'll do it again on the count of 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. Thank you all for being here today. We love you so much.
Supposed to be a thank you, I love you there. I'm sorry.
And
Don't be sorry.
there is no sorry. So we are going to hear a little bit of Leo.
He's out on the walk.
He's on a walkabout.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on, come on. Come on, let's play, it's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. We're on a peace for peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead, wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of. Cuppa full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the choice is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today is a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of. Give me a cuppa full of joy. Give me a cuppa full of. There really is no secret. We simply accept, align, allow. AAA, Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day at 8. Just start the day on the high five, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, yo. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day at 8. Just start the day on the high five, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, yo. Cuppa Joy, Cuppa Fulla Joy, Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me joy, give me Cuppa 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 Joy, give me Cuppa Joy, give me Cuppa Joy, give me Cuppa Joy, Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me Cuppa Joy, give me Cuppa Joy, give me Cuppa Joy, give me Cuppa Joy,
Yeah, I think it goes.
give me Cuppa Joy.
Okay, so we had a couple prayer requests. Hope, our Hope Wellington Marshall is watching. Hi, Hope. She's going into the hospital tomorrow to have the line taken from her jugular blood vessel so that her home dialysis is going really well. We're so happy about that, Hope, and we're praying that that will go with ease and grace tomorrow. And Linda Lemieux is asking prayers for Teri Gilstead. Both of them were supposed to be here at the retreat, but Teri is in North Carolina to visit her mom and her sisters. And so just lifting that whole family up as they have been called in to be with their mom. Thank you, Linda, for letting us know that. So with all of that, yes, we were kicked off of Angel Speakers page because Facebook said that we went against their community standards. I think we gave out too much love. I think that's the deal. They don't like giving love. So we are going to get off of here and tell everyone.